Hi guys, I wanted to come on here today and I wanted to show you how to add scar tape to your hard lace wigs. All right, so little disclaimer, I like my lace to be like all the way where the hairline starts. So I did trim this lace just a tiny bit. So there will be just a tiny bit more lace on here than there is, but you're really not gonna notice a difference. I just really like my lace to be like right where that first hair is attached to it. Also, trimming it just a little bit will help with the hardness that's right there on the edge of the lace. I found that it was a little bit softer when I cut it back. All right, so I have on Brianna from Envy, and this is a hard lace wig. So what that means is when you get it in, you aren't gonna have to cut any lace on the wig, but the lace tends to be a little more scratchy and thick and kind of hard, which is where the name comes from. So on this wig here, you can see I've already added a little piece of scar tape, and I want to show you guys with another Brianna in a different color exactly how you can add scar tape to your wig. All right, so when you're looking at this cap, you guys are gonna see, like I said, you won't have to cut the lace off, which is really nice. If you are afraid of cutting lace, these are really literally throw on and go wigs. But I have super sensitive skin, so I like to add a little scar tape to the front just because I tend to get irritated and get kind of scratchy feeling because this lace is a little bit harder. And the reason for that being is it is going to give you a really seamless, flawless hairline finish. But like I said, if you have sensitive skin, you're gonna wanna add scar tape to it. So that's what we're gonna do today. This one here has a small area of lace. So we're only gonna be putting it on the small space for the other one that I'm gonna show you guys, but you can absolutely add scar tape to the whole hairline of any wig that you have. I do this on my lace front regular wigs all the time as well. If I just feel like the lace is just a little itchy or irritating, I love to just add scar tape to it because it makes it so much better, so much faster. All right, before we get into actually adding the scar tape, I want to show you guys this wig without any scar tape added to it so you can really just see what I'm talking about when we're talking about this ready to go hard lace front. Technically, it is also a mono top because it does have this monofilament kind of material here, but this one in particular still kind of feels exactly the same as the lace. All right, so for this, I do recommend putting it on a wig head. I do this in my lap sometimes, but it's just a little bit easier if you have it on a nice flat surface to be able to lay and measure out your scar tape. All right, so once you have your scar tape, or if it's branded for wigs, either way, it's scar tape. You're gonna want to go ahead, and I cut mine in half. I get way more uses out of it this way, and I really don't need a giant, huge strip. I really just need this small amount to go across. And then the only other thing you're gonna need, other than the scar tape, is you're gonna want a pair of scissors. We're gonna need this to measure and cut our scar tape. I'm gonna go ahead and just take this and run it right along from one side of the other. Obviously, if you were doing this on the whole head, you would measure it however you need to get whatever area you want to cover. So we're gonna do here to here, and I like to make just a tiny bit shorter so it's not overlapping with the actual wig cap. And cut. All right, and so now the easy part, you're gonna just kind of peel this off and slowly lay it. I find that it's easier if you take a small amount, peel, and then slowly peel back as you go. This is back in my vinyl days, how I used to have to lay vinyl down on cars. And then you want to just kind of go right along the hairline, but you want to be back behind the lace just a tiny bit. If you put this over or right on the edge of the lace, sometimes the adhesive that is actually attached to this can kind of almost bead off on the end. So I like to leave just a tiny, tiny bit of lace right there. It will definitely not make a difference, and it's still going to feel so much better, I promise. And as you can see, this has a little bit of a stretch to it. So as I was laying and stretching this out, I have a little bit too much. So that's why I said I always like to cut it a little bit short, and I'm just gonna trim this off and then I'll show you guys. All right. And then you're just gonna take your hand and just kind of give this a nice little rub just to make sure it's stuck really well. And see, you can see right here, I put this a little too close to the edge, and you can see that there's some of that adhesive coming off. If that happens, you can just get a little micellar water or makeup remover and just kind of take those beads off. And when you flip this, the only other thing that you might want to go in and do is take a little bit of powder. I use eyeshadow powder or setting powder that kind of matches the roots here, and just kind of get that going right here, only because now you can see, especially with this wig that has a really awesome, amazing invisible lace, if you touch this, you can feel the stickiness of that scar tape. So this is something that I feel like people don't talk to you about, and you're gonna feel that if you don't put something there. So you can either use some translucent setting powder if you don't want to add any color, or you can grab some powder that matches the actual roots and you can put that there as well. So I'm just going in with a color that's similar to the roots because I really don't want to see any of that tape. And I'm just going to blend that in all along this hairline because this is a free parting wig. So you want to do this anywhere where you have set that scar tape at. And we're just going to go all the way across and just kind of dust it on there. And just make sure we don't feel when we're touching it that it feels tacky still. It just kind of helps blend it in too. You can see it's blending it in a little bit better. All right, I'm going to go ahead and throw it on so you guys can see what it looks like. All right, so here is the final result. As you can see, this is a free part wig, so you can move it however you want, but no matter where you're moving it, you're not gonna see that scar tape, and it feels so much better on my forehead. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. If you are new to my channel, make sure you check out this video right here. It's our new channel video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.